Pierre Dupont was a very private individual, but he loves showmanship, and he was a great impresario when it came to his gardens. The fountains, more than anything, expound upon that idea of spectacle.
Going through the design process for the main fountain garden, and we were at that moment in the design process where we could lock it down in time or be experimental and innovative. And we made the decision, we want to be experimental and innovative, but what could we do to bring that legacy to life without harming it?
To help us execute this idea, we searched around for a company that could do that for us, and we came up with Fluidity from Los Angeles, who have certainly exceeded our expectations and created a magnificent spectacle.
My name is Jim Garland. Well, I design fountains for a living. And there's a lot more to that than engineering. It uses both sides of your brain, or more fundamentally, it uses aesthetics and physics. We try to make the display itself so fascinating and magical that you forget those complications and you're just wrapped. The fountains will do more than they used to do. We come up with this new kind of nozzle based on something we saw in Germany, which was a hoop of water. But these went sort of diagonally, and they made a twisted swirl. And the spray did not just convolute like this. It actually created, the composite angle created a kind of a waistline of water. And so they have this kind of a bouquet. Pretty beautiful, actually, and it lights beautifully with all these crystal lines. And then there's another thing we've added to this, which is flame. And the flame is cool because it's not just like a torch. The fire comes up in tiny little bubbles in the jet, and so the flame is on top of a jet of water. It's like a primal dimension that should always have been here but wasn't. So now we're gonna have fire. It has a theatrical presence, but it has a much deeper magical content about it.
Our newest computer system is called Synchronorm. It's from Germany, and it's the latest development for fountain control. It has the typical controls that you would turn pumps on and change the lights, but it also has a visualizer, a second screen that allows you to see in color and almost in 3D what the fountain show will look like in advance. The end result that I'm trying to get is kind of like an impressionist picture come to life. I've also thought of it kind of as being at the Russian Imperial Ballet and almost like a giant Fabergé Easter egg made out of water. There's just a lot of jewel tones as well as misty tones. The possibilities are endless.
It doesn't matter how many mock-ups you've done. It doesn't matter how much tests or calculation, how much drawings or studies or reflecting, thinking, it doesn't matter. When the thing turns on, it's astounding. It's astounding. The 1,000 things that are going on, little breezes and people jumping up and down and the gloriousness of it. It is astounding. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And with hope, I'm not ruining it by talking about it. But it should make people cry. It will be so awesome. It should make people cry.